The US is having remembrance of their Independence Day, of a declaration that took place on the 4th of July 1766, sorry. And today is more of that day. So if you are not aware and you have family in the US, do what to just send them Happy Independence Day. Coincidentally, Rashid, my very good friend who is a current Prime Minister of the US, per their system, is the one who's supposed to call for elections. Some few 2 months ago called for the elections to take place on the 4th of July. So today it's ongoing. After some few hours from today, maybe tomorrow afternoon, we'll see who is in the lead, whether the Conservatives are in the lead, whether the Labour Party that has not been in power for almost about 20 years now will be coming back to power, or there's going to be another, once again, a coalition between Labour, Conservatives, and then the Liberals or the Scottish National Party to also be making some gains over them. Yes, we follow what is happening around the world if you want to sleep properly. Just for example, if there'll be some mess that will be thrown around. In fact, I go out to commiserate with my folks in the Caribbean who are experiencing the Hurricane Beryl. And the northern part of the Caribbean are facing a lot of issues there. I commiserate with them. We continue to pray for them too as well. Now let's come back to Ghana. Today, the much awaited meeting that is supposed to take place between the NEC, National Executive Committee of the New Patriotic Party, and also their National Council to look at the nomination of Matipoko Pempe by His Excellency Dr. Laj Mahmoud Baumia as his choice running mate. Look at what happens to it. Today, the General Secretary of the party, JFK, has come to say that, look, the gentleman has been endorsed, and then it looks fantastic, and then everything goes on. He's come out to also give a more of like an acceptance speech or letter to that regard. We're looking at that. But the chief of this conversation, or the meat of it, is going to be about the introduction of a free SHS bill by the government, where teacher unions like NAGRAT are saying that they do not agree with the process. They are aggrieved that government has not seen the need to negotiate or have conversations with them so far. We're looking at the pros and cons. In fact, are their terms of reference, in terms of their working conditions, is it going to be hurt in any way should this bill go through without that consultation? Yes, stakeholder engagement as a policy maker, I think that stakeholder engagement is very, very necessary in the policy making cycle. But why is the government failing? Why is the Minister of Education failing in this particular one? When we come back, I introduce my guests to you who are seated and ready and poised for it, because one of my guests says that he's going to tear Napo's acceptance speech limp by limp. And he's going to do Napo woto on the face of the document. And the other gentleman says that, well, since you want to do it, when we start, I'll let you start. So you finish. Whoever I start and whoever is going to finish, I am here. I'm going to navigate the conversation. I am the Chief Ogbe. I will tell you who has won right after this quick time. Please stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Presidential candidates shall, in consultation with the National Council, nominate the vice presidential candidate. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I'm happy to report that after the necessary consideration, the National Council of the party unanimously endorsed the presidential candidate's nomination of Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Member of Parliament for Menchia South and Energy Minister, as the Vice Presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, pursuant to our Constitution, Article 13(3). This significant milestone marks the completion of the party's presidential ticket for the 2024 general election, and therefore set the stage for the party to fully engage the Ghanaian electorates comprehensively with our message of transformation. I wish to, at this juncture, say something little about our vice presidential candidate, focusing primarily on what he brings to the new patriotic presidential ticket, since he is not a stranger to the body politics of our country.
So that is the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Frimpong Kudia, JFK, and Nanyama's good friend. And today we're doing some weighing of charisma between the NPP's General Secretary and that of the NDC General Secretary, Fifi Fiave Kwete, who earlier today also had a press conference concerning the president's move or the chief justice's move to request for additional justices. They are saying that the president should hot. It's a conversation for Monday. Conversation for Monday that I'll be looking into. But before I introduce my guest to you quickly, let me just before I come to the letter, let me introduce my guest because I have something to do about this letter. So let me introduce my guest. Manuel Dako speaks for the New Patriotic Party. And then now, if you go to the Kwale Klote constituency, the NPP parliamentary candidate there is called Ninoy. If you want to see Ninoy in person, when you see this man, you've seen Ninoy. The moment you see Manuel, you see Ninoy. So now Ninoy, now Manuel. Ninoy nie, Manuel nie. That's what the whole constituency is saying. So from Rich to Adamaka to Osu and all these environs, wherever you want to see, you want to have one-on-one. You want to have one-on-one with the parliamentary candidate. For the PC for the New Patriotic Party, when you see Manuel, you see the PC personified. Yeah, that's the chief protege of right now. How is the campaign going for you people?
Well, alhamdulillah, God has been very good. Both in our various constituencies and also the presidential campaign. By the grace of God, everything is going on smoothly.
We thank God. I think that I've been around small. Your constituency, I have a lot of interest there.
For me, I have I currently, like, I think I'm nurturing like so many constituencies. But my vote is as I also East.
Okay.
But because of school, that's why I've been doing most of my politics in Klotekole constituency.
But funny enough, I've not followed to find out in terms of vote margins.
Yeah.
We have about 3 huge institutions in your constituency.
Yeah.
We have AUC, we have
AUCC,
Legon City Campus, and
Accra Technical University.
Accra Technical University.
We also have GIJ.
GIJ, exactly. GIJ is also, yes. GIJ is included. Yeah. Exactly. There are 2 campuses included. And all these 4 institutions, what have you been able to just juxtapose to see the voter margins?
No, I've not checked that one.
All right. So it's a research we are going to do. Maxwell, we have a new research to go and do. We'll look at the voter turnout for the 2 major political parties in this constituency, the Kwale Klote constituency, especially in Unimark, the GIJ campus, AUCC, and then that of Accra Technical University, and one more. I've left one. Legon City Campus. Yes. Let's force to look at what the voter margins is like. Now let's go to Ablekuma South constituency, where Nuti Fafa is also from that constituency. And Nuti Fafa is a very strong NDC man. Strong in the sense that everything about him is NDC. He feels NDC, speaks NDC, and he's also friends with my very good friend Amenuvo. In the constituency. As to Amenuvo is owing me plenty things. But Amenuvo, you don't worry. Say we'll get to November. You can't tell you want to interview. We are fine. It's fine. It's okay. How are you doing, Nuti Papa? I think it was just yesterday we met in the morning, right?
No, not yesterday. It was, I think, when It was
On Tuesday. It's on
Tuesday
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
How are you doing? How is the family? How is everyone?
I'm doing well. My family is doing well.
Okay.
The constituency is also doing well. As I was coming, we're having door-to-door campaign.
Okay.
But I had to come here. Yeah, so
Duty also calls it.
absolutely. So I'm here to do justice to the topics.
Okay, that's fine. We are very grateful that you've honored onto our call and then you are here. So, gentlemen, welcome to the show. Folks at home, now let's today my time is not really enough. Already 15 minutes is already gone. So let's see how we're able to use the rest of the 45 minutes that is left. Let's go to Napo's more of like an acceptance statement, more of like that. That after JFK had done that press conference to ensure that Napo was unanimously endorsed and approved by NEC and then the National Council. Let's see what Napo has indicated. A very interesting letter. Let's look at that. I am deeply honored today as the chosen running mate of the New Patriotic Party NPP. I am humbled to be nominated by our distinguished flag bearer, His Excellency Alhaj Dr. Mamadou Baumia, and endorsed unanimously by the National Council in accordance with the provisions of the NPP Constitution. I am privileged and duty-bound to extend my full support to Dr. Baumia as we work together to realize its visionary agenda of propelling Ghana to greater heights. I view this nomination as part of God's plan for my life, and I am grateful for his guidance and directing my path. I pray for his guidance, his ongoing guidance, as I move forward. I consider this nomination as a call to higher service, a call to sacrifice, and a duty to perform. The NPP is enriched with numerous astute personalities. Therefore, I recognize the significance of my selection and do not take it lightly. I call upon all members to join hands as we collectively strive to achieve our ambitious goal of transforming Ghana into a prosperous nation. I express my gratitude to the National Council, the rank and file of our party, and our esteemed President, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, for their unwavering support and faith in me. I thank Mr. President again for the opportunity granted me to serve in two respected cabinet positions. I am forever grateful. I am equally grateful to my colleague ministers of state, members of parliament, for their confidence reposed in me. It has prepared me for a day like this, and I feel ready to make everyone who believes in me proud and win over the doubters. I understand that the task ahead requires our collective effort, and I, therefore, plead with every party member to come on board as we seek the mandate of our countrymen and women once again to serve them. As I assume this role of running mate along my esteemed boss, His Excellency Dr. Baumia, I am committed to supporting him to prosecute a formidable 2024 campaign to break the 8 years election cycle and serve our beloved country diligently. Let us work together towards a brighter future for Ghana. My philosophies remain service and leadership. May God bless our homeland Ghana. Thank you, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, running mate to the NPP presidential candidate, 4th July 2024. Beneath the letter, we still have service and leadership. Beneath it. That is it. Interesting letter I have seen. Manuel, what do you make of the process so far? Some were saying that, there's no need for us to be worried about this because we already had Napo's name. But Napo has, after the initial conversation with the president that we've heard, the vice president was at your party head office on Monday, 1st July, to officially submit the name to the general secretary, upon which an emergency NEC and National Council has been called today, and he's been endorsed. Then the general secretary has also given us that information that he's been endorsed. Now this comes is more of like an acceptance onto
Acceptance.
the role of becoming running mate. What do you make of the processes so far? And then the letter as well, man.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening to the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and also to the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, wherever he is this evening. I pray for God's guidance, His protection upon his life. Also, good evening to all your viewers, to yourself, and then to my brother Nutifafa. And also, congratulations to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. I think that this is not a news. This is something that everyone was expecting. That surely Matthew Opoku Prempeh will surely be the running mate of the new. And then the presidential candidate knew this long time ago. You know, before he takes a step, he knows what he's about. So therefore, for me, the only thing that I'll say is that congratulations to him. We believe in his competence from the Ministry of Education. You can check what he did there. Restoration of teachers and nursing training allowances. He successfully implemented free senior high school. When he assumed office, the debt in that office, he made sure that he has cleared all debt at the education ministry. So comparing him to any other running mate of any other political party, I believe that he stands out, and he being nominated, his nomination will surely add something great to the ticket of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Yeah.
Interesting. Something great to ticket. I think that the hashtag that they are saying is the perfect
The perfect pair.
for something. It's for 2024. Yes, the perfect pair for 2024. So far, that is the pair that is going to come in. So they call it the Bawumia Napo. I don't know. Maybe how they are going to coin it. Like the NEC will say J and J, John and Jane. Maybe I don't know how they're going to say.
What I've heard so far is doctor and doctor.
Oh, doctor and doctor.
I've heard that one.
Doctor and doctor. Okay.
But I believe that as time goes on, I'm sure that there will be something to make the campaign very interesting. I'm very positive that we will get some. But even if nothing like that is being queried, listen, their competence and their credibility will surely sell these two personalities, and I'm very positive that the ordinary Ghanaian will look at their competence, their credibility. They are. You see, they don't even have any love for something called corruption. Ghanaians will look at all these things and they will make a decision on December 7th.
All right. Papa, this is where we are. I think that the initial conversation about NAPO, I've heard a lot of NDC people say a lot of things about NAPO, that it doesn't fit for it, among other things. But the party finally has said that, okay, we want him to endorse him.
Please, I want the statement.
Okay, statement, please. Statements. Salasi, let's have the statement projected here for Nutifa. What's the statement?
All right.
That's it. Go ahead.
First and foremost, we all knew from day one that 3 people were shortlisted. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Dr. Edu Chum, and then I think the chief of staff. And then later we heard names like Kennedy Japon. That it's likely that he's going to be made the running mate based on the fact that he placed second in the NPP presidential primaries.
Okay.
But before I look at NAPO's letter, I heard my brother saying that there were a lot of debts at the education ministry, and then NAPO came to clear all those debts. It is not true. It is not true. Now, we had what we call GET Fund, and the GET Fund was set up or established for a purpose to improve educational infrastructure. Where schools need infrastructure, the GET Fund will take care of those things. This same NAPO and the president took GET Fund and used GET Fund as a collateral to secure 1.5 billion loan. The aim of this loan was to stop this double track system. As we speak, the double track system is still there. People still go to school. Some will come and others will go. It is still there. So if you are saying that Napo came and cleared debt at the education ministry, it is not true. Rather, we had a lot of funds established purposely for education. And those funds, the NPP administration and Napo at the time as education minister used get fund as collateral to secure loan. And the purpose is to stop the double track system. As we speak, that money has been misused to the extent that we still have double track. So, my brother, don't say that he came to clear debt at the ministry. Again, I would like to see this today he was nominated, so we don't want to talk about him. I just want to correct that, what he said. I just want to correct that to say. Now, if you look at the letter written by Napo, he said, I understand that the task ahead requires our collective efforts. And I therefore plead with every party member to come on board as we seek the mandate of our countrymen and women once again to serve them. Now, when did Napo realize that they needed everybody on board? When did he realize that they needed everybody on board? When Alan Cash left the party, if Napo believed in this, from day one, his aim at the time, or since he knew that we needed people to come together to work for a common purpose, he would have been the first to kick against Alan Cash leaving the party and speak or talk to the what do we call it, the NPP as a party or the executive of the NPP to be able to convince the man to come. I'm coming.
Start from your party. The Jane go.
Good. That is what I'm saying. Listen, relax.
When Jane was suspended from your party.
Relax. That is why you relax. Relax.
I'm relaxed. This is how I'm relaxed.
It's not about I need to.
I'm asking.
Come, I'll come to that. No.
He's still an NDC person.
No.
And then he was suspended from your party.
You are not getting the point. You are not getting the point I'm making.
Let me get the point.
The point I'm making is that you see, look at Alan Cash, his personality. Look at the number of people Alan Cash is likely to take from the NPP as a political party. You can't compare that to what we call it. Koko Anidowu.
Okay.
You understand my point? So now if you are calling for a collective effort that all those who have left the party or everybody should come on board. My question is that when did he realize this? You understand my point?
He's speaking to his party people.
His party people, but
every
not those
member of the party.
So not those who have left the
one who
party.
has left is not a member of the party.
Good. All right.
He said that I plead with every party member.
So not those who have left the party.
Party people.
All right. Now let's continue. He again said that on board to seek the mandate of our countrymen and women once again to serve them. You see, when you are serving people, we gave you the mandate to serve us. So when you're in authority and we are in trouble or we are facing a lot of problem and we call on you, your reaction, your response to us shows that or tells us that you are willing to solve our problem or we elected you to serve us as a minister. When the issue of the Dumsor came and when Napo was questioned by journalists, you saw or you heard his response to us. Such a person is not there to serve you and I. He's there for himself. You understand? So he shouldn't come and tell us that countrymen and women, once again, we are pleading with you to vote for us so that we come and serve you. Napo is not there to serve anybody, but to serve his interest. You understand? Because as a leader, when the energy situation happened, JM said that he's taking all the blame. He's not blaming anybody because this energy crisis started from Rawlings' regime.
Who was energy minister at JM's time?
We had Dr. Kwabena, what's the name of this man? The man who resigned, who said after if he's not able to solve. Kwabena Donko was once energy minister. I think Moses Asaga, no, he was under.
He said that JM took responsibility.
Yes, JM said that he
Napo is not the president of Ghana.
No, relax. I'm coming. JM said, I take blame for the Dumsor situation. Even though it started from Rawlings, Kufuor, Mills, and then it happened that under JM, he faced the same problem. He took responsibility. I'm coming.
Akufo-Addo says the back stops at
you are saying no. You relax. I'll come to the Nado. You relax. You see, so as Napo, as someone who is willing to serve us, as energy minister, even if you are not in a capacity at the time to give solutions, your response must be positive. You must show respect to the people of Ghana. You don't show signs of arrogance. and then come back and tell us that we should vote for you as a running mate. I hope you understand the point I'm making. Again, he said, as I assume the role of running mate alongside my esteemed boss,
His Excellency Dr. Bawumia,
I am committed to supporting him to prosecute a formidable 2024 campaign to break the 8-year election cycle and serve our beloved country diligently. Now, you see, serving people is not by words, it's by action. You understand? If I'm serving you, it's not by words, just grammar. It is the action, my demeanor, the things I do shows that you are serving me. You remember Bawumia made a statement some time ago. He said, if the president is not decisive and incompetent, choosing a running mate will not solve the problem because the bar stopped with the president.
Bawumia said that.
Yes. Now
Why did he
today,
say that?
the video has been played all over. I don't have the video. I would have given it to you. Absolutely. Now, my question to Bawumia is that, so Bawumia, as we sit here, we know he's incompetent. All the promises made, he has told you and I that he's just a mate. So Bawumia, you knew that you had no power. You cannot prosecute all these promises you made to Ghanaians. Yet, you were lying to us that when you come to power, you do A, B, C, D. You couldn't do that.
So what is the problem? Is it a problem of the choice, the candidates,
Yes.
or the move
No,
of bringing out a running mate?
You are the presidential candidate of the NPP. You are choosing a running mate. We need to question who is going to partner you, and you, the candidate yourself. We need to talk. You see, we need to critique your running mate and then yourself.
If they are not perfect, then leave them for their imperfection.
It's not about they not being perfect, so therefore we should leave them. We have people who Bawumia and co the NPP, they keep spreading falsehood. We need to make people aware that these people, Napo and Bawumia, cannot lead Ghana. You understand my point? Now, you see, if you tell me that my running mate, I am not decisive, I am incompetent, and therefore my running mate cannot complement my effort. Here is the case, you the one speaking, you are incompetent. And another word for incompetent means that useless. So picking Napo as your running mate will add nothing to your campaign. So we want people to know that this pair, they have nothing to offer Ghanaians based on their previous, what we call it, promises made to Ghanaians, and they've not been able to achieve those promises. Again, we face energy crisis under Nanado. James solved the energy situation where Bawumia himself said that James deserved no credit for solving the energy crisis. James Mesaboso also said that James solved the energy problem. So if today there is doomsor, you remember they said we have excess capacity and that we don't need them. So if today there is doomsor, do you blame JM or you blame Napo?
Are we still experiencing doomsor today?
Oh, some areas are experiencing doomsor. You understand? No, I'm being frank. Even if we experience doomsor for 2 months, 1 month, 5 months, we've experienced doomsor.
And then we have to blame the president.
You see,
not blame the vice president.
You see, please. You see, when we say we have to, it's true we have to blame president. Napo is a cabinet minister, isn't it? So if we are assessing the energy ministry, you cannot leave Napo out.
No, I'm talking about an era we've come through. I'm just trying to play in my mind. You see, I even forgot that you had an energy minister. Because as at the time of Doomso under John Mahama, we clearly did not even care about the energy minister. Our issue was that we've elected one person to be our leader as president of the republic. Our concerns was that, Mr. President, fix the light and energy issues for us. Our concerns was with him. We did not go and vote for the minister. Likewise, in the era of Akufo-Addo, our concerns was to Mr. President, fix our light issues. We didn't vote for Napo to become energy minister.
I agree that we voted for Nanado. The president cannot be everywhere.
So you
appoint people to work for him.
But our accountability is not to the minister. It's to the one we elected.
So listen, I agree with what you are saying. Today, Napo is the running mate.
Yeah.
So we need to critique his work.
Okay.
He served as a minister for education and energy. We need to assess his performance within those ministries.
Exactly.
Then that is what I'm doing.
Exactly.
So if Napo want to become the running mate, we need to look at all that Napo has done as a minister. You understand? Now, once again, you see, if Bawumia is saying or said in the past that if the president is not decisive and incompetent, therefore his running mate will not add anything to it. So my question is that today, Bamia as a mate, what is Napo going to be? You understand? Now, the last
So
point.
now the steering has been given to Bamia now.
So you are taking the steering.
taking
Okay.
the steering.
So Napo is the mate.
Now,
All
Napo
right.
is going to become-
So if Napo is the mate, my question is that what is Napo going to add to Bamia's ticket? Because Bamia has told you and I that as for the mate, he has nothing to do. So what is Napo going to do then? You see,
But
politicians.
why are you let
I'm being frank.
Wait. At what point? At
All right.
what point? He's the vice president of the country. So it is in that context he says that maybe he's mate, quote and unquote,
Uh-huh.
in the context of the vice
Okay,
president. Now he's been elected to become the flag bearer of the party, the leader of the party now. He says it's one of his striking words at stadium. He says that I'm a man of my own mind. It resonates with me so much that yes, irrespective of whatever that has happened with him as vice president, he's now trying to surge on as the leader of the New Patriotic Party, as presidential candidate with his own vision.
You don't go far. You knew from day one that you have no power, and the president had that power. Why go around promising people that you do this, you do that?
Okay. So what promises has he made that he's not fulfilled?
One district, one factory. One village, one
It's
down.
an NPP manifesto.
Listen. Oh, you are not getting my point. Oh.
Let me get it.
If it is an MPP manifesto and you are the vice president, what advice did you give to the president for you to be able to achieve those promises you made to Ghanaians?
Okay.
So don't come and tell me you are just a mate. Again, if he claimed he's the mate, he was the one who was going around talking about economic indicators. That if the economy is weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Today, Nanado also told you and I that he's bringing Bamia on board simply
Because
because
of his knowledge in economics.
in economics. Bamia is in power for 8 years now. The economy,
It's not up to 8 years.
okay, almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years.
All the economic indicators are worse today. So what did they come to do? That's why I'm saying that Bamia, see, my brother, you see, Ghana politics is some way. If it to be some country, Bamia will not even go and say, I want to contest to become the flag bearer of the party.
Okay.
We are joking.
Okay.
Bamia as a person, if you look at all Bamia's achievements, he has done nothing significant in this country when it comes to politics.
Okay.
See, I like Bamia as a person. I'm being frank with you. He's gentle. But when it comes to governance and then politics, in terms of making promises and achieving them, Bamia has failed. If Nanado is the president, I'm coming. If Nanado is the president,
But is a nice gentleman. But he found himself at
it's not being find himself in a wrong party.
Okay.
Forget about that. It's not fine. Okay. See, if you go to a place and you're not comfortable with the place, you walk out. So if you have stayed there for years, it means that you are comfortable with the place. So you can't come back today and tell me that I don't like the place. You can't see it. You were with Nanado. If Nanado want Ghana to become a better place, Bamia, you were appointed to become his running mate. You are in power. If things are not going, what advice have you given to Nanado to be able to turn our fortunes around? You failed in that direction. That is the point I'm making.
Okay.
So bringing Napo on board, that Napo is your running mate, it adds nothing to Bamia, because Bamia has told you and I that as for the mate or the running mate, he has nothing to do. The buck stopped with me, the president. So people jubilating over Napo's nomination, becoming the running mate. As for Napo, we will have time for Napo. But for now, we are not dealing with Napo's issue today. It's just what we call it.
acceptance.
Absolutely. So the time and talk about Napo. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
So for now, I have nothing to say. We are waiting for them. We just this pair.
Perfect.
They have nothing to. Oh, what perfect?
Say perfect.
My brother. Compare JM. Nana Jinu Pukwajima.
But you know, I'm surprised at which the NPP extended a lot of courtesies to Nana Poko-Agyemang when you brought her.
Yeah.
A lot of respect was given to her. A lot of
She command respect. It's not about me saying it.
not commanded.
You see, let me tell you something. You see, when I was talking, my brother was nodding the head. You see, forget NPP and this. Let's be frank with ourselves. Napo don't respect. I'm being frank. Like when Bamia was nominated to become the running mate, he showed to everybody that I respect. See, even though there are people who may not respect, but when they come to the public domain, they show signs of respect. The way they even talk to you, you feel that, oh, this guy is okay. But Napo's own is different. You saw a video when he was in parliament doing this to people, his own friends in parliament, that they have no sense. Such a person to become our running mate or to become a potential vice president, Not in this country. Trust me.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Papa. Let me come to Manuel. Yeah, there's a lot for you to respond to.
Thank you very much, Pep. I'll start from where he said Jane didn't leave any debt behind. Please, I think that NDC would do itself so much service if most of the time they go through the archives, they go through their own handing over notes. If he had gone through those handing over notes, he would have known the amount of money that Jane left behind. So please, with the issue of
How much?
Please,
sorry.
please. Even she left debt, which comprises of one, feeding grant, the progressively free senior high school that they wanted to do. They didn't pay one Ghana cedi. They didn't pay, and so many debts that they left behind. NAPO came in to pay all this debt. Now, let me move to the other one. You've already responded to it, so let me proceed. Pep, if you want someone who is so arrogant, you can never, ever in your life take JM out of the equation. Do you know why? We were in this country when doctors were seeking for conditions of service. JM told them that he will not negotiate with them. We were in this country when nurses and teachers were crying that, please, President, we need our allowance. He told them that, listen, if this will cause my defeat in the next election, I care less. He said that. Can you tell me any statement that's so insulting than this statement? Is there any statement like that? We were in this country when John Mahama told us that we are having 2 or 3 phones. That's why we are experiencing doom so in this country. And he was saying John Mahama didn't blame him. John Mahama blamed God for doom so. John Mahama, he blamed God for doom so. This is it. Blame God.
Read it.
This from Ghana Web. And he says, blame God for doom so, President Mahama. Blame God for doom so. You were saying Mahama never blamed. He blamed everybody and he didn't blame God. Is it not there?
Let's project it.
Is it not there?
You read it. I want you to read the full text.
I'm just saying that he blamed God for doom so.
Right.
And it's there. Unless you tell me that Ghana Web is lying. He said we should blame God for doom so. He told us that we are having so many gadgets. That's why we are experiencing doom so in this country. It's so funny when the NDC says on national television and look at in the face and tell us that we solved doom so. Pep.
It's not NDC saying. It's because of comments that was coming from Baumia.
Thank you.
As well as Chairman Zabunsu.
Thank you.
Who credited John Dramani Mama for solving.
No two ways about it. Let me tell you something. In March, John Dramani Mama went to what's the name? Parliament. I think somewhere in January. During the State of the Nations address, he stated that he has solved doom so. In March, when Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia, by then, it was an interview between him and I think a Joy News presenter. So when he threw the question to him that, listen, John Dramani Mahama says he has solved doom so. And he said if he has done that, he doesn't deserve any credit for that. In July that same year, John Mahama went to the north and told us that doom so is not over. So Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia said this in March, and in July you are saying doom so is not over, and you are using that statement or why are you not using your own John Dramani Mahama statement in July? And in March 2017, chairman of Oswampofo, the chairman of NDC, Mahama would have ended doom so if NDC was retained. That's it. Mahama would have solved doom so if NDC was retained. 2nd March 2017. Pep, what does this statement mean? What does it mean? That if Mahama was retained, JM would have solved doom so.
Okay.
Listen,
so this one was posted on the 31st of October 2012. Blame God for doom so. President Mahama. President John Dramani Mahama has asked the good people of Ghana to blame the Almighty God and not his ruling National Democratic Congress administration for the erratic and rampant spurt of light off that has hit our country over since the NDC took over the realms of governance. So this is a story that is on Ghana Web.
Okay, you.
So John, so right now I know right now every Ghanaian outside there knows that John Mahama blamed everybody, including God, for Dumso, and he didn't solve Dumso because in July 2016 he told us that Dumso is not over. On 2nd March 2017, Ofosuampofo told us that Mahama would have solved Dumso if he was retained. So it means Mahama didn't solve Dumso. He was making a statement that Matthew Opoku Prempeh, if within his tenure we experienced Dumso. Yes, we experienced Dumso, but within 3 months he has been able to deliver. You decoupled the Ministry of Energy from Ministry of Power and placed there Kwabena Donko. Is that the name?
Yeah.
To solve Dumso, he couldn't solve it. That shows how incompetent he is and the one who appointed him. That shows how incompetent both of them are. Because if the appointing authority is competent, he would have appointed someone who is competent. But because the appointing authority is incompetent, he also appointed someone who was still incompetent. Because we stayed in Dumso for almost 4 good years. So you sit here and you compare someone who made us stay in Dumso for 4 years to another person who was able to solve Dumso within 3 months. He's a member of parliament. You are a former president. By then, you had powers.
You had the machinery.
You had everything to make sure that the Dumso is over. But you were not able to do it. And you are comparing yourself to Napo, minister, a member of parliament. Sometimes, you see, when you are doing those things like that, I don't know whether NDC, you don't speak from the same note, because your own women organizer stated just recently, said that she doesn't engage deputy women organizers. She only engages women organizers. But you are seated here comparing a president to a minister. Well, from that, and he was also making some statement. Listen, there is a statement that when you are staying in glass houses, you don't throw stones. He was saying something about promises. Pep, I will help him with some promises that John Mahama made. If that means that John Mahama is a liar. If Ghana is a very serious country, I'm quoting him. If Ghana is a very serious country, Mahama would have never, ever in his life think of
Contesting.
Pep. Let's start. Number 1, supply 400,000 laptops to students and lecturers in tertiary institutions, page 84 of NDC manifesto. They never delivered. An annual GDP growth of 8%, page 50 of NDC manifesto. Single-digit inflation, page 50, NDC 2012 manifesto. Procure additional ambulance and establish accident evacuation service on a major road, page 38. Ensure the early process of salary of newly posted teachers, page 29.
So this is 2012.
2012 manifesto. I'm reading one after the other. Construct 200 new community day senior high school, page 25. Construct at least 10 colleges of education. He did it just one. That's page 27. Pay allowances to teachers in deprived areas. That's the same promise he's recycling currently. He made the same promise in 2012, never delivered, and he has recycled it and saying it again.
That's not a bad thing to recycle.
No, Okujeku Ablakwa told us in 2020 that their manifesto won't be a recycled manifesto. Therefore, it means that if a political party has ever made a campaign promise and he brings it back again, it's a recycled manifesto. Therefore, we shouldn't accept it. Pay assembly members, page 15 of NDC manifesto 2012. Construct 2 fishing harbors at Elmina and Jamestown. They never did that. And landing sites at Axim, Diskov, Mori, Fetu, Malford, Winneba, Senya, Breku, Teshi, Adan, Keta, Abotkes, and then Jenu. That's page 14. I'll end with this one. Construct Nkwanta Inland Port, Buankra Inland Port, and Gambia number 2 Inland Port, page 14 of NDC 20. We have so many here, but you let me end here because of time. So if someone who made all these promises and can never point to it that I did this, I did. Just recently I linked the government, parliamentary committee on, I think, transport. Recently they visited the Boankra in Port. We are rather the ones who are doing the Jamestown harbour. Yeah. So you see, so the ordinary Ghanaian.
I just heard it's almost completed.
You see, the ordinary Ghanaian knows the party that's just throwing dust into their eyes, and then the party that's telling them the truth. Listen, we are no MPP communicator, not even the presidential candidate, nor the running mate, nor the president himself will sit on national television and say all is well. No, we accept the fact that, listen, all is not well. When you check the performance of New Patriotic Party from 2017 to 2020, it was okay. From 2020, listen, every country in the world is faced with challenges. All countries, we are all facing challenges. We just want the ordinary Ghanaian to understand, listen, we are facing challenges, but that doesn't mean that we should throw away all these progress that we've made so far. Let's protect the gains that we've made, because the NDC will come back and destroy all because we know them. They will tell us that we are corrupt. They will tell us that we are thieves. That's what they did in 2008. They told us that ministers under Kufuor have created bank accounts. They brought bank account names and then the numbers, displayed it all over, that the government of Kufuor is a particular government that doesn't even think about the ordinary Ghanaian. After winning power, their current general secretary,
Very good to you.
when he appeared before the appointment committee, said that all that they said then was just a political talk. We don't want the same thing. We should be serious as a country. We've made strides as a country. NAPO at the education ministry, nursing and teachers training allowance restored. Book and research allowance restored. You can mention all the allowances. It was under his administration as education minister that we didn't experience any strike action from any of this teacher unions.
There were a bit of threat.
Yes, but we didn't experience that. So that should tell you that he has this managerial skills
to hold them down.
Exactly. Listen, you can say all that you want about the man, that he's arrogant. Listen, sometimes we confuse confidence with arrogance. But well, he's a human being, and I'm not saying that everyone can be what someone wants him or her to be. Maybe that's how he is. We have to know how to manage things, but that doesn't mean we should throw the dirty water away with the baby, because he has the competence. Okay. He has shown it at the education ministry, same at the energy ministry. What John Dramani Mahama wasn't able to do for 4 years, he has been able to deliver within just 3 months. Within just 3 months, what John Dramani Mahama as a president wasn't able to do for 4 good years. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, as a minister of state, not a president too, as a minister of state, has been able to deliver within these 3 months.
Okay.
We should look at the competence of the man. We should look at what he has been able to do as a minister, as an MP, and support the ticket of doctor and doctor.
Okay.
Because with this ticket, Ghana is on the way to progress.
Thank you.
Ghana is on the way to the promised land. Ghana will surely be the star of Africa again, inshallah.
All right. Thank you. I just have 5 minutes to end the show. Wait. I have 5 minutes to end the show. I'll give you 2 minutes each, and I'll take the 1 minute.
End the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have just 5 minutes. Yeah. So, go ahead, Nitify. You have 2 minutes.
Charlie. All right. You see, where he made reference to that JM was blaming God. When you saw the story on Ghana Web, there was no quotation in reference to JM. There was no quotation. Show me where the quotation is.
President Mahama. Blame God for doing so, President Mahama.
In the story,
Okay, you mean
President
the story-
Dramani Mahama has asked the good people of Ghana,
I
President
can-
John
Oh,
Dramani
You mean
Mahama.
that there's
When
no,
we were talking, I
there's
was
no
quiet.
quotation to say that.
You see, when he was talking,
Hold on.
I was quiet.
Okay.
Hold on.
When he was talking, I was quiet.
I get you.
all right,
So allow me.
Yeah.
Now, if I am writing a story, I can give my own headline.
Okay.
I can explain or interpret in my own way to write just to get people getting to my story. You understand? So that's why I'm saying that Mama blame Duso, blame God for Duso. Is there any quotation there to show that this is what Mahama said, that in reference to he blaming God? There was nothing like that.
Okay.
Now, he made mention of Mahama saying that if
Wait.
all right.
At yesterday's IEA presidential debate, President Mahama, in his attempt to rationalize the load shedding that has brought untold hardship on the lives of Ghanaians and industry, stated that the rupturing of the West Africa gas pipeline, which supplies gas to
Abuazi
terminal plant, was caused by an act of God.
Now,
Quote, unquote.
is it true that something like that happened? Is it true that the gas pipeline got destroyed?
It
Is it
happened,
true?
yes, it happened.
Good. So, Mahama was referring to that.
But he said that it's an act was caused by an act of
So,
God.
that's what I'm asking. Is it true that the gas pipeline
But
had
you're
a
saying
fault?
that, but he didn't. There's no quotation that he said we should blame it on
okay,
God.
okay,
It's
so-
an act of God.
All right. So there was a problem with the gas pipeline. All right. Now, he was talking about Napo solving Dumso. Please, I want anybody to tell me what NPP has done to solve Dumso. Now, if they claim they solved Dumso, all the plants, the badges they took to Kumasi, who procured them? Is it not JM? Oh, is it not JM? You have not done anything in the energy sector to solve the problem. JM brought in the energy badges. All the plants here, it was under JM. So if you claim that you have solved Dumso, then show us what you have done in the area of the energy sector for us to know that you brought this, you
All right,
built,
all right, you don't have time, all right.
you built this plant, you procured this equipment to be able to solve the Dumso problem. You've done nothing like that. You understand my point? That is one.
Thank you. Your 2 minutes is up.
You
Thank
see-
you. Your 2 minutes is
oh.
up. Thank you. Yes, you
Oh,
you
Charlie.
have 1 minute 30 seconds.
All right, thank you very much, Pep. For me, what I was
Frankly
saying,
speaking, today I'm not happy at all. Trust me, I'm not happy at all.
You have 1 minute 30 seconds.
Thank you very much, Pep. What
I'm
I
not
was
happy
saying,
at all.
listen, Dr. Lajma Modu
Charlie.
has nominated, or let's
Oh,
the
Charlie, this
National
ambush
Council
there.
has approved the nomination of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as the running mate of Dr. Lajma Modu. Therefore, the next election will be between a vice president and a former vice president. Secondly, a former minister of state and a current minister of state, that's education ministry. Therefore, when we are going to make the decision on December 7th, we should juxtapose their performance at their various portfolios. John Dramani Mahama as a vice president, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia as vice president, Nana Jane Opoku as education minister, and Matthew Opoku Prempeh as education minister. When we sit down and then think about this ticket, juxtapose them, do your own analysis. At the end, take your decision.
All right.
And I know that
Thank you.
after all these things,
Your time is up. Manuel Daku speaks on the New Patriotic Party.
Frankly speaking, there.
And
today,
Frank Luti,
Hey.
Frank is
Charlie,
called
Charlie.
Frank and he's saying frankly speaking. So
Yeah,
Frank,
yeah.
Luti Fafa also speaks for the National Democratic Congress.
Today, there. No,
Actually,
no,
my show on Thursdays ends at 8:15, and I'm very grateful for you.
I thought
gentlemen,
the
for coming
program
in.
will end at 9.
Who told you that? It never ends at 9.
Who told you today?
Who told you
Right,
it's
that's
this-
for me part of the
oh,
conversation.
this ambush
My
there.
name is Pepsival. Have a good night, and then see you. I'm out.
This ambush there.
Ediga